Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we have an Eluktronics laptop that has a bad DC jack. I've never heard of or seen this laptop before, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect, but see that the jack is plugged in. We don't have any lights on, and let's take this thing apart and see why we don't have anything. Just gonna flip it over. Looks like there's a bunch of screws. Hopefully the bottom case just kind of pops out, but we'll find out. Alright, so let's just take out all the screws that we see. And it's been a long time since we posted a video. I think since all the holidays of last year, things just got busy, and unfortunately just couldn't get around to making some videos. But hopefully that changes. But we also want to just say thank you, because as of the recording of this video, we're at about 119 subscribers, which is really awesome. And we really appreciate all the comments and subscriptions and just everyone that's involved. It's just it makes it worthwhile, and we appreciate it, and it's fun to do. So thank you for all that, and let's see how fast we can get to 200. Maybe if we get to 200 fast, we'll do maybe some kind of giveaway or something. I don't know. Okay, so I got most of the screws out. Some of them wouldn't come out all the way, but they'll probably come out when you tip this thing over. So these two have little keyboard signs on them, so I assume they hold the keyboard in. So let's see if we have to take the keyboard out and if there's anything under that. Okay, so let's see if we can get to the keyboard. Okay, keyboard pop-out's got 3 ribbon cables. That's weird. I assume one's for a backlight, one's for the keyboard. Not sure what the other one's for. Okay, keyboard is out. Let's look and see if there's any screws. Some screws here, but I think that's just for this panel that covers some extra RAM slots. So I'm going to unplug all these ribbon cables that I see, because it probably needs to be done. Let's maybe flip this thing on its side or something and see what comes out. Sorry, I probably won't be able to see this all that well, but I'm just going to get my spudger underneath. Oh, alright, yeah. This thing may have been taken apart before, because it's coming apart pretty easily. Alright, so let's close this. Flip it upside down. Get our spudger just underneath. There we go. Let's get some of these screws that stayed in to fall out. Okay, let's see, we got battery here, jack is there, and couple of daughter boards, 2 hard drives. This thing's not a terrible laptop. Looks like it's pretty good, pretty solid. This could be fun. Alright, so I'm just gonna go slowly and take this thing apart. Probably speed up the video, but I'm just gonna go slowly and take this apart because I've never done it before. So let's start by taking out the battery. Okay, so that was pretty long. Definitely going to speed it up, or have sped it up. But basically, there are these little, you see those little circles with the cross through them, like right there? So those indicate motherboard screws. So you have to take all those out, and a couple of them were hidden under the heat sinks for the processor and video card. So removing all of that allowed this to come free, and obviously removing all the wires connected to the wireless card, things like that. But so that's the jack, and it doesn't look bad, but what's common with these styles jacks is where it hooks to go to center pin, where it hooks to go in the board. Usually they don't have connectivity. Usually they break right around where it bends. So a quick way to test that, that's what I'm assuming is going on, I haven't done it, but is if you put your multimeter in continuity mode and then just place, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see this, but so you place one on the center pin, and then where the center pin comes out, now it's let's go to the shield. So right there's where the pin comes out. It goes in, and nothing. No beep. Wiggle it. Yeah, it actually has a lot of play in it right there. Bet you if I get this in there, I might be able to get it to beep. Yeah. So that is on the jack, but this is where the pin moves down and nothing. So yeah, this jack doesn't make any connectivity to the board pretty much, so it needs to be removed. So we are going to remove it. Let's prep this board. So solder and iron is warming up. So I just want to put some flux on the connectors. We're going to introduce some new solder, some leaded solder, because this is lead-free solder most likely. And so we're just going to lower the melting point, just get some new solder to flow through there, and then we'll use the desoldering gun to hopefully easily remove the solder. And if the desoldering gun ends up being a pain, we could always just use hot air to remove it. Honestly, it would probably be easier, but let's try this. So I'm thinking about maybe trying to do like some reviews, you know, of some products, or like, you know, review an SSD, something like that. I know there's tons of this stuff out there already, but you know, could always use another perspective on it. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas or would like to see something like that, definitely let us know. Alright, let's see how this works. Actually, with all the light here, I didn't really see what I was doing, so I kind of probably just missed this one altogether. Well, let's see. Sorry that you can't really see what's going on. Let's go through a couple of them one more time. gonna strangle myself with all the freaking wires that are around here when I just try to move. Alright, let's see if this jack is ready to come out. Where is it? There you are. It's not completely out yet. Almost. Yeah, that piece just broke off. That was probably the center. Alright, so let's try a little more. Nah, it's still going to be stubborn. So, if we got stubborn ones, let's just add some more solder to it. Oh yeah, I could have just probably hot air, like taped off some areas and used hot air gun, and this would have came right out. But I'm stubborn, and I've been using desoldering guns for, you know, many years now, and I'm kind of loyal to them. Sounds weird. Hold the iron on them a little bit, let the solder flow a little bit. Okay. And let's try. Yeah, see, that one came out better now. That one looks better. That one kind of looks the same. Okay. Strangle ourselves with wires and put this soldering gun back. Alright, so this one's probably going to be a little bit of a pain. But let's see. Yeah, so it's ready to come out. Yeah, see? Just put it back here. Fall. I don't know if you see, that's the part of the center pin that goes in the motherboard, and that's not even connected to the jack. So it's still in there. You know what? Let's just hack at this thing and cut it. It's not like we're going to salvage it or anything. You don't want to apply too much force when doing this because you don't want to break any of the solder points or anything. You just want to kind of cut and loosen up enough of it where you can kind of get to some of those legs and just cut them. Oh, geez, you couldn't even see any of it. Like, and try and just snip some of those legs out and then okay. So now we're just gonna get out the stubborn pieces. So let's cut them. Just went flying at me. I wonder if that's on camera. It was awesome. Gloves may not be enough. Safety goggles may be next. Okay, so let's just geez, made a mess here. Just apply some heat. See if we'll just push it right through. I should have cleaned it because now I got solder on it. To get up to get the desoldering gun again. So yeah, you can tell with a lot of practice with videos. Not that the other videos are perfect, but this one's definitely being a little bit. Definitely looks harder than it actually is. So we got that one out. Just need to get this one out. And it should pull right out. And it almost, oh, it did. Yeah, it did. Okay. So again, that was a little bit more painful than it needed to be. But let's just clean up this area now. We'll do clean up top and bottom. Oh, of course you can't see anything. I should just rename this channel to Can't See Repairs. Okay, that's about the best it's gonna get. Clean some of that flux. Flip it over. Clean up that end. So yeah, I've never heard of this type of laptop, so if anyone has one and likes it, or just let me know your experiences. Seems like a pretty solid laptop minus the jack, but that's commonly broken in all laptops, so you probably can't fault them for that. I will say that the power adapter, I'll have to look, I don't even know if this is the original one. It looks like it is pretty clunky, and I think just puts a lot of weight on the jack, and that's probably what broke it. But now we have to find where I put the replacement jack. It was crazy to find this jack. It's honestly a just for being a jack, it's an expensive jack. It was crazy when we saw the price. We're like, oh really? That's never seen that before. So I don't know if someone just bought up all the stock and they're reselling them, or if these are just rare. I mean, I don't know. But alright, we got a replacement jack. So let's put the jack in place. So the jack is in there. Everything's good. But yeah, you see how the part that actually looks sturdier than the original jack. But the gold pin there, focus. That's the center pin, and it breaks right around the bend there, or right where it actually goes in to the jack, and that's you saw that piece easily fell out when we were removing the old jack. Alright, I'm just going to place that under there, kind of leave it. The guy can't see, that worked. There you go. Peekaboo. Anyway, let's do some flux. Get some solder. Soldering gun, or iron. And let's solder this thing in. You just want to let the soldering iron stay on it for a little bit longer, just kind of let everything flow as best as possible. Clean my soldering tip. Done better. I need more flux. Yeah, definitely need more flux. There we go, much better. Let's take a look at it on the other side. So, yeah, it looks good. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Let's clean it up, put it back together, see if it works. Now, unfortunately, you know, the customer said that every now and then, if they wiggled it, it would charge. So that could, you know, unfortunately, if it was creating any kind of spark or anything like that, maybe could have fried something else, but hopefully not. Usually there's little protection circuits in here and that they took care of that. And where's my toothbrush? Ah, there it is. God, like a goldfish. I don't even know if I put alcohol on it. I think I did. Oh. There's a little solder on there, but that's fine. It's just the ground anyway. Okay. So let's zoom out. Wrong way. I think I'd learned by now, but I won't. And let's test the continuity I was talking about before. So now it should work. Center pin, center pin. There we go. Center pin, probably one of these capacitors, yeah. Resistor, where we go? L. Those are usually inductors, I think. That's a capacitor. That's the ground side. Right? Yeah, that's the ground side. So yeah, it's now making a connection. It's good. Let's, I guess we could make sure that we didn't short out any of the pins that we soldered. So we got, I think these two are ground. Nope, these two are ground. That's the center pin. This should be, oh, so we're good. So the two pins to the left are ground, so anywhere there's ground they touch, and the center pin is not shorted to ground, so we're bridged to ground or whatever. So this thing looks like it's going to be in pretty good shape, hopefully. So let's put it back together. Honestly, with how long it took, I'm not sure if I'm going to bore you with that. Even sped up, it's going to be a couple minutes. Might just cut to going right to it, because I mean, recording right now, this is 50 minutes of just recording, and I haven't really stopped. So yeah, I don't want to put you through that. So I'll probably just continue to record this just to see, but I'm not going to force you to sit down and listen to me any longer than I have to. I already appreciate the 120 of you, or 19 of you that subscribed and apparently like listening to me, or just, I don't know. But alright, let's get started. Okay, so we got this thing all together. And I didn't stop recording, but it's at 1:18, so an hour and 18 minutes. So see how long it took from 50 minutes to just here to put it back together. Jack is in there. Jack's good. We got charging lights. Just a couple side notes. If you take one of these things apart, over here, there is an SD card. Make sure you take that out, this blank slot there for the SD card reader. I did not do that, and I had a hard time getting the board out. You may have saw it in the sped up video. And also, the fan on this thing was, both heat sinks for both fans are pretty gunked up with dust, like just a wall of dust. So we cleaned all that stuff out, cleaned the fans, put new thermal paste on here. So it should be running pretty good, but just see. There you go, it turns on. So this thing should be good. We're gonna just go through it all, make sure everything's working, and got the BIOS screen, and then we'll go from there. Alright, but so thanks for checking out this video. Sorry it's been so long, hope to have a bunch more coming, but we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.